So you know my second video on AHHHHHHH. Well, some guy called Enigma Phantom decided to do a commentary on it. And that's the video I'm going to be responding to today. Before I begin addressing his points, I would like to talk about the video quality. It's not very good. First off, we have a really low quality background. That doesn't even fit the entire screen. With the KineMaster logo visible at the top of the screen, we're not off to a good start.
For context on the chain of events, Carmen Ryder put out a video entitled Why You Shouldn't Prevent Porn of Your OCs, and it wasn't very good.
Nah, that video was great, damn it.
Fellow commentator Raven Pines did a commentary on Carmen's video, Carmen responded, another commentator named Nighttime did a commentary on the response, and our little text-to-speech friend here responded to Nighttime. Now, depending on how this goes, I'll be hitting multiple parts in the chain. When that happens, I'll address the person by name. If I don't, assume I'm covering Doodle Clones or whoever the main speaker was in that particular segment. With all that said, let's get started.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, this guy's microphone is pretty bad. It sounds like he's recording in his bathroom. I recommend you get a Honeybee Worker microphone. It's the microphone I have, but almost never use.
Because my real voice sounds like this.
Damn!
You're not funny. What even is this image?
Why are you making a video on Raven?
Because Raven did a commentary on her.
Well, I didn't expect to do an original topic this time, but here we are. So a while back, I made a tweet about how some people draw hentai of others' OCs. The tweet reads, Artist: Hey, don't draw porn of my character. I'm gonna report you. The character. And then it was the following image. Some notable examples include Sky, Sienna from PN Seymour, Wolfie and Jaden. I swear, the people who beg for their characters to not be looted have the most lootable features. Sky is a small bratty weeb girl. That's fucking adorable. What?
You're not funny.
What the fuck, Carmen? Sky, in the mod, is fucking 12 years old!
Even though she's a fucking drawing? Also, even then, I'm pretty sure BB Panzu only made her a lolly for the sake of controversy.
Okay, that's not true. You see, Sky is a character who was made by a 13-year-old and she's 19. But the person who made the mod believed that Sky was a self-insert. So she changed her age to 13. There is this weird controversy that if you drew porn of the OC Sky outside of the Friday Night Funkin' universe, she was 19. But if porn was drawn of her inside the Friday Night Funkin' universe, despite looking exactly the same, she was suddenly 13.
Doesn't matter. If the character is still said age, then looting a character that is 12 will result in raised eyebrows and people looking at you sideways.
Even though Sky isn't even 12. She is 19.
The original Sky may be 19, but in the mod, she is 12. In the mod.
The weirdest controversy has to be the Sky mod controversy. Sky was created by BF's wife Forever, and the mod was created by BB Panzu. So the person who created Sky claims that they're 19 years old. Okay, that makes sense. She looks 19, and most of the characters in that game are between the ages of 19 and 20. But apparently the person who made the mod, who by the way is 14, claims that the character is 12, going on 13. But they look the same? So apparently, if you draw non-safe for work art of Sky outside of the Friday Night Fuck You universe, she's 19. But if you draw not safe for work of her in the universe, you're drawing cheese pizza, and you need to be locked up forever. I mean, this is so weird to me. I mean, people have drawn not safe for work of my robot character. If I say my character's age is confirmed at 8, would that create a controversy around the not safe for work art of my character? But at least on the bright side, we'll always have Cell from Dragon Ball Z to jerk off to.
I'm 6! Wow!
Oh no! The police are coming through! Oh no! Oh no! They got titties. They don't look prepubescent. Hell, they look older than boyfriend who's 19. I know people are gonna take me out of context and say, yeah, Jar wants that 12-year-old. Nom, 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 nom. Guys, I don't care about not safe for work of this game at all. I have the tall undead mommy from Resident Evil 8, thank you very much. Now, I have heard BB Panzu has received false allegations and harassment, and don't do that, guys. That's not cool. Especially to someone so young. I don't agree with them calling the character 12 years old, but there's no need for all of this crap. Like, this is just so weird to me. They took a 19-year-old, peeled off the 9, put up a 2, and went, oh my god, it's cheese pizza! Like, can I take a 50-year-old character, peel off the 0, and suddenly say they're 5 just because?
No, we call people that make lewd art, or like art, sexually depicting kids that young or younger, maps. And before you come at me with the whole, they're fictional spiel, pedophiles will be aroused by sexual pictures of children, real or fictional.
These drawings are fictional. So it doesn't matter. If these were real kids, then we would have a problem.
Say what?
You're not funny.
Except the character is a child, so she should not be sexualized at all.
No, she's not. Even then it wouldn't matter because she's not real. And is a drawing.
And pedophilia is still one of the wrongest things out there. Why are you discounting this on account of it being a drawing?
Because it doesn't matter if it's a drawing.
12! I'm pretty sure that BB Ponzu, the person who made Sky, would not appreciate any lewds made of her at all.
Actually, he didn't make Sky, he just made the mod. And even then, I don't care what he thinks.
Sky is a minor in the mod, so there is no reasonable reason to lewd her. Sure, the original creator did make Sky to be 19 before the mod was made, but in the mod she was 12. Even then, if you wanted to argue a version difference, the character is a self-insert, and according to a source given to me by an acquaintance, the creator was still 14 at the time based on what I could find. And when you consider that only an image from the mod was ever shown, this version is a self-insert of a minor that is straight up a minor, no matter how you look at it.
How do you function?
Wolfie Chew literally sexualizes herself in the thumbnails.
Okay, not gonna lie, your evidence here is not good. A majority of your examples here are 2 to 3 years old.
You can still change thumbnails from past videos.
The tentacle one isn't inherently sexual, seeing as she's just in the grass with it and not being banged by it.
Okay, but when I see a girl wrapped in tentacles, I'm gonna think of sex regardless of the context. Same with 95% of weebs, which are in our fan base.
Also, I want to thank Neko Shadows for this point and what I will bring up later. Ignoring how, as I mentioned earlier, most of these thumbnails have non-sexual context if you actually bother watching the videos for a second, Wolfie Q does risky things with her character sometimes. So, she's the one doing it. She's the creator of this character, not an absolute rando she doesn't know and is an adult herself.
So you're saying rules for me, but not for thee?
No, Raven is saying, if Wolfie Chew does not want some rando to make sexual art of her character, then they shouldn't do it. And Wolfie Chew is completely within her rights to be mad with some basement-dwelling twat who goes ahead and does it anyway.
Well, if Wolfie Chew doesn't want her character drawn in NSFW, why does she sexualize her character in her thumbnails?
You just missed the overall point. Even if you didn't crop out the video title so we would have no idea what the context is, Wolfie is the one doing it herself. She doesn't want others doing it, as she seems to want control over how she looks in pieces of art and in thumbnails. She just doesn't feel comfortable with other people doing it.
So you're saying rules for thee but not for me.
If the characters are based on real people, then the real person the character is based on, like Wolfie, Jaden, and Sky, are allowed to speak out against any and all NSFW content with these characters in it being made.
Then what's the harm? If it's art, then there's no harm.
What harm can art do? I assume you've never heard of propaganda then, have you, Carmen? Because propaganda is a prime example about how harmful messages can be sent with art. If you see something over and over, it becomes normalized. Some messages are aimed at viewers, while others, especially in the case of fan art like this, are messages meant to the original creator of the work. In the cases of lewd fan art, where the original artist doesn't want there to be any, the message is something along the lines of, I don't respect your wishes or care about what you think. I wonder who's guilty of that right now.
We just went from A to B to Z.
Carmen, meet Shirtbusters. Shirtbusters, this is Carmen.
Hi, Shirtbusters.
Hi Carmen.
Time for final thoughts. Good lord, this video was a chore to sit through. Kept saying, the OCs aren't real people, even though they're based on real people.
The key word here is based. They're not literary the person they're based on. Allow me to give you an example. Okay, that was an editing mistake. The allow me to give you an example part wasn't supposed to be there. It was part of the point I cut out. Because I thought it was stupid. But I forgot to cut out the allow me to give you an example part. I'm an idiot. I think this comment from one of my YouTube friends sums up this whole thing.
Just have them be fictional characters. If they're real people, then it's a problem.
You are disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Did you actually think that joke was funny? That wasn't. Nobody is laughing. Here's a graph of comedy over the past 20 years. This is when you told your joke, you have single-handedly ruined comedy. I've also asked several comedy stars their opinion on your joke, and this is what they had to say.
I've been researching comedy for the past 50 years, and I've genuinely never seen a joke this bad. We've used quantum physics to look into alternate universes to see every joke ever made, and yours was still by far the worst.
Congratulations! You've literally created the worst joke in human history. Here's a medal.
3 out of 4 characters in this instance, Sky, Wolfie, Chew, and Jaden, I know nothing about the 4th one, are used in their videos and in other media to represent themselves, or in the case of Sky is a self-insert of a minor. In other words, making porn of them is on the same level as making porn of the real person. In the case of Wolfie and Jaden, it's even worse when you consider that these two are storytime animators, meaning that you're actively encouraged to see the characters as the people voicing them. For goodness sake, clones, show a little decency. Anyway, they end the video without any proper final thoughts, so it's time for my own final thoughts. You know, in some ways, this video was astounding. It was astounding in the sense that you missed the point of what Night Eye and Raven were saying so hard, I could actually believe it if you said you were a stormtrooper in real life. Not to mention the hypocrisy with the audio complaints, the sheer misfire when you said explanation was unnecessary, the list goes on. If there was a way to improve for you, I would tell you to focus more on what's actually being said, and to look over your script again and again before you actually turn it into a video. If a character is being used to represent someone, then for all intents and purposes, the character in that work is the person. Please try to remember that.
How do you function?
Anyways, I'm ending it here. I hope you all have a nice day and don't be a bully.
I kind of cringe when I see these people being way too grandstandy, making their videos saying things like, if you draw porn of people they don't want you to, that's completely unacceptable. Or people saying this or that person don't want porn drawn of their character, even though all they said was, if you draw porn of me, don't tag me in it. There's a reason why Rule 34 exists. Rule 34, along with a whole bunch of other rules, was originally posted on 4chan. Most famous of these would be Rule 34, if it exists there's porn of it, Rule 63, if it exists there's a gender bent of it, And I forgot the exact number, but there's one rule that says if it exists, there's a pony OC of it. These rules are not made for people to follow them. It's nothing that the internet is going to live or die by. These rules are more like, you know, the rule of gravity. It's just something that exists, and it doesn't matter what your political opinion is on gravity, because, well, gravity is always going to exist. I have actually met people who think that Rule 34 is a law on the internet that people have to follow. Now, I could say over and over, don't draw porn of Jaden, or Woofichu, or anyone who doesn't want porn of their character drawn. If you do that, you're just a sick fuck. While saying that might make me look like a good and moral person, it doesn't really fix anything. Let's say 100 people draw porn of Jaden animations. You can cancel one of them, 2 of them, hell, even a dozen of them, but eventually a bunch of anonymous trolls are just going to start spamming porn. Why would they do that? It's because they now know that this is something that would piss a lot of people off. It's something on the internet that we just can't change. If we want to change it, well, we would have to become like China and just illegalize porn. I guess we could ask people for permission to draw porn, but I'm not going to, go up to the 13-year-old who made Sky and say, "Yo, 13-year-old, what up? Mind if I draw porn of your character? I mean, after all, she's of age."
Oh, yeah. Damn. Damn, boy. Damn, boy!
She's
thick, boy! That's a thick-ass boy! Damn!